Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your New Year reading for 2026. I'm going to start off with the Ace of Wands for the first quarter of the new year. The Ace of Wands in reverse shows me that you're going to have an idea in the beginning of the year that you're not going to follow through on. A new passion, a new spark, and you're just it's going to peter out. Or an old idea that you bring in from 2025 is going to peter out, and you're not going to be as invested in it anymore. It's something that you got excited for just for a brief moment. And I think that's the key thing here. If you're wondering, what is it? It's either a very new idea that you had that just kind of came and left real quick, or it's something that you're bringing in from last year that's not going to make it too far into new year. Whatever this new idea was, or this idea from last year that started, it's going to peter out. So if you have new projects that started in the fall of 2025, it started at the end of this year, it may not make it past like January of the new year. With the Four of Pentacles in reverse, I'm seeing that there may have been some feelings of, you need to hold on to your finances and your money in the second quarter of 2026 or right beforehand, and you're going to release that. So if there was tightening of belts, if you were on a budget, or if there was just any sort of money concerns in general, I'm seeing that in the second quarter of 2026, you're going to let that go. Okay, we're letting the spending happening, or maybe, going on vacation, having some fun, living life. So that will be coming in for you in 2026. At the Seven of Wands in reverse, I'm seeing the third quarter. This is such an interesting thing because sometimes with the reverse cards, we get the negative meaning or the more friction meaning of these cards. That not all the time we see that a lot, but with the cards that you have in reverse, I'm not seeing too much friction. We have, this idea that doesn't really pick up from last year, it was just an initial thought. But then we have actually more grounding with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. And then with the Seven of Wands, I'm seeing that some sort of jealousy situation is getting cut down. So if you're dealing with jealousy, if you're dealing with people who are looking up to you in a negative sense, copying you, trying to be you in a sense, by the third quarter of next year, you're going to really start to see that erode away. You're going to see less of that. Something's going to happen where these people who were trying to position themselves as you in work or in other cases, it's just going to peter out. I'm also not seeing any sort of victory. I'm seeing more of just the situation kind of just resolves or solves itself in some way. So it's just going to kind of level out. There's not going to be any sort of big thing with it. There may actually just be some sort of natural leveling out throughout the year as time moves forward. So if you did have that situation, you will see it level out as things move forward. And then the Two of Wands in reverse, I see that there were some plans again at the end of the year that will be reversed. So I see a lot of starting to plan something throughout the year and then going back on it. So I think maybe you have a lot of small projects, a lot of little things that you're working on with the Two of Wands in reverse. I feel like again near the end of the year in 2026, there may be some planning that you start and then they fall through for some reason. Now, I will say, just because something falls through, plans don't work out the way that you initially intended, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Those plans may just not have worked for you. You may come up with different plans, but I would say don't get too attached to any specific framework in 2026. I'm seeing kind of an overall message of things coming in for you, and you maybe not even needing to plan because things will just work out better than you were expecting. And so then we have the King of Wands. That's a really great card to end with. And not all piles got a fifth card. This card came out for you. And I definitely wanted to take it because all of your other cards were in reverse. So we got this card upright at the end. It came out with the Two of Wands in reverse. And the King of Wands is a very passionate card. I think the ending of 2026 and incoming into 2027, your passion is going to get ignited with whatever your bigger picture thing is. Okay, so whatever you've been trying to plan on and off from the end of 2025 throughout 2026, you're going to see setbacks over and over again. It's going to plan this, setback, plan this, setback, plan this, setback. End of 2026, you're going to get your last little setback. 2027, boom, huge growth. Whatever you're working towards, your passion is really going to hit it off. I know that sounds like a very long timeline of saying things are really going to work out 2 years from now. But I think things are going to happen really quickly, and it's going to be worth it in the end if you stick with it and you just kind of see what the universe supplies to you instead of trying to create a structure around it. So I hope that resonated. If it did, like and subscribe below. I'd love to see you in the Empress's Court, and I will see you next time. Bye.